Alright guys, TechCrab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Friday so far, but today we just have to talk about in an unexpected double upload this London Royal Ravens versus Seattle Surge situation, because this is certainly a surprising one. Well, is it surprising given that 2 times this season it's already happened, if not more than that? Of course, what comes to mind first of all, the London Royal Ravens versus Atlanta FaZe Scraps water bottle debacle. Then we have the Seattle Surge also versus Atlanta FaZe, went up 2-0, the stay tuned 45-minute delay. Atlanta FaZe then bring the reverse sweep. Today another situation went down just a couple of hours ago here, and some of the replies to this by the professionals on Twitter are very indicting indeed of the league right now. Tomorrow I'll do the traditional day one breakdown, all of that kind of stuff, but this is such an in-depth topic and maybe something we'll have to discuss in coming days, especially with champs just around the corner, that it definitely deserves a video of its own. Like, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. Very intrigued to hear your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. Let's just run through it then very quickly indeed. So earlier in the day, Slack tweets this out: gotta love when your internet line gets hit and you have no internet the day of the tournament. Excuse me, Slack, don't worry bro, I got a hotspot, implying that he's having some internet issues earlier in the day. Then we get into the matchup. They go down 2-1 to the London Royal Ravens, a very important series for them in terms of like standings and, well, you know, it's TDL points for the entire season, where their placings look like, trying to get out of the bottom 4, all this kind of stuff. They go up, well, 57 to 30-ish. We'll have a look at that in just a second here. In the map 4, they go down 2-0, win the domination. They could be bringing it back if they win this St. Petro. They go to game 5. Who knows what happens there, right? They were winning the map just about, lagging out, take the loss for one of the biggest matches of the year to try and get top 8 in the league as a whole. This is a screenshot I took of exactly when Slack entirely stopped moving, but as he says in the video I'm just about to play on screen, that, well, he actually lagged out slightly before this, but still, the effect is relatively the same. You know, obviously Seattle have a slight lead here, but, you know, given the rotation that London have, it's probably about a tie game, and there's no reason at all with Slack lagging out here that you would not want to replay the map, surely.
37 to 60, I lag out and literally can no longer move. Right here is where I stopped moving, couldn't move at all, and I lagged my way to like blue dump. Then the map's absolutely chalked, but we're gonna do a full replay. Psych!
But this is the reasoning that the CDL give. Octane says this is standing, so the map results standing, as it was a player error. So what they're saying here is that, well, because Slack lag out, that's his fault, therefore, you know, you don't get a replay, right? Which honestly to me is crazy, right? Especially given we now exist in this online scene. This is an environment which is very volatile. It's very, like, there's nothing you can do too much. If you happen to get hit off for whatever reason, your internet, like, happens to lag out, that's not necessarily your fault. You can argue it's, okay, it's your fault, you should have prepared, you should have had multiple internet lines, all this kind of stuff. But even if you have multiple internet lines, it's pretty difficult if your internet just goes down to, you know, get straight back into a match when ping and connection is all as important as it is in Call of Duty. So very strange to me that they just say, okay, this is player error, unlucky, even though you were winning the map. And, well, okay, let's just call it, let's say it was a tie. They had the rotation, it was about 50-50. Like, obviously that's a replay, right? Like, it's game 4, a very important series, online environment. You surely have to give some more leeway to your professional players playing in an important series such as this with so much money on the line. It's just crazy to me that they just chalk it off and say, nah, that's good enough, lads, let's get on to the next series. And Octane isn't too happy about this one. Getting fined again. This league is so bad. Plenty more tweets where this came from. This league is horrible, literally an abomination. So full caps, he's definitely getting fined for this one. I can't imagine what his bank balance is going to look like at the end of this weekend. Literally our most important series of the year, and we can't play it because the Call of Duty League decided we can't replay a tied hardpoint. This league sucks in full caps. Competitive integrity strikes again. $400 million league, by the way. 4 versus 5. No replay. Sick joke. Try and find me CDL. Holy, you know, whatever. People cannot do their jobs. And, well, it keeps going. For the love of God, can I get through this year? I cannot handle this stupidity anymore. Also, I can fire up the booter and hit someone off and they get the loss because it's their fault the internet went off. Great point from Octane, to be honest. Let's say, like, you know, the internet goes off and it, you know, not necessarily your fault, right? If you get hit off for whatever reason, something crazy happens, like a tree falls down or like it breaks the wire or whatever happens like that and your internet happens to go out, that's completely not your fault, but the CDL saying that it is your fault. In this case, it doesn't really seem like this was Slack's fault, right? As we'll look at in just a second here. And then, of course, we go on to talk about apathy. If there's one player on this team that you would expect, like, to be pretty, like, laid back and calm about it, it's apathy. And when apathy is saying something, that's when you know, I think, that something is seriously wrong here. The league decision to give London the win is standing. Hello, how does this make sense? It should have been a replay. replay. 1000%, I cannot believe it. How can we control if an internet company is doing maintenance or accidentally cut your line? How is that fair? Where is the competitive integrity? We were up by 10. It was the start of the map. Still, when he lagged out, absolutely ridiculous. I put my time and heart into getting better and trying to be my best, and they still take it away from me. A whole month of grinding and practice on top of this whole year. You know, just such a joke. I've been holding my tongue all year. So much BS has happened to us. It's just been an awful year overall. But this right here is the last straw. I am mind blown. We are dead ass test stubbies. It's so sad. I put so much time into this for this stuff to happen. And Octane finishes off with this one. Just you guys wait for this one. Potentially YouTube video on this coming very soon indeed. Intrigued to hear your thoughts. Once again, a crazy situation. I cannot believe this. This is happening again and again, right? It seems like this has happened a couple of times before. Surely they would have the rules fixed to this point to where the referees can step in and say, look, it seems pretty ridiculous to give London the win for this. Let's give the replay. And definitely a very unsatisfying series victory for the London Royal Ravens. And as Pristini says to finish off with, I can't afford a fine right now to speak on the issue, unfortunately. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with the day one recap as usual. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time.